Good evening and welcome to Psychic Perceptions. I am your host, Lorraine Recchia, and thank you so much for tuning in. My guest tonight is Joly, and I'm so excited that she's here in the studio with me because I've read about her and I've heard about her. And lucky me, being a host of this show, every month I get to meet someone else that's just so new and so exciting to my life. I'm going to let her talk a little bit about herself and just share a little bit about what she does. And I would encourage anyone to get a piece of paper and a pencil. So if we give you any information during the show, or if there's a website you might like to jot down, or places where Dawn might be showing up in the next couple of months, you might want to write it down and enjoy one of her events. So welcome to the show, Dawn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So nice meeting you.
Yes,
and
you too.
And like you said before, it does feel like I know. Feels like I know you.
It's great. I feel like I know you for a long time.
Nice, comfortable rapport.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
we'll be taking calls on and off, and in between we'll be talking about you.
Oh, great.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now, and give out your website, and you can start there.
Okay. Well, anybody that knows me, I am a psychic medium. I've been all over Long Island. I have a website, dawnjoly.com. I do a lot of parties lately. I've been doing a lot of tours. We're also known as the Angel's Touch. Okay. So I'm going from east to west. As for me, as for being a psychic medium, I try to branch out to everyone, to let everybody know that our loved ones still exist, that we're still here. I wouldn't change anything about me of doing what I do.
Right.
It's the most important thing to me in my life, to tell everyone that they still exist on the other side. As for this month, we're going to be doing some venues. I think it's March 26th, I'll be with the Long Island Recchia Connection.
That's great.
And they're going to have their 3rd annual Life Conference.
Great.
So with all keynote speakers, it's going to be a lot of fun. So.
Well, I know in this career path, when we start out, we're usually doing one or two things, and then as we mature and time marches on, like you have this network, and then this will branch out, and all different little aspects.
It goes in every direction.
And then one gift might open up a little bit more than the other, or you're doing mediumship all the time, or it's just great.
I tell everybody, before you become a medium, you have to be a psychic. Yeah, and everyone is.
Right.
And some people don't know, well, what are you? Everybody is. Everybody is very intuitive.
Yes.
And some people have this misconception, well, a psychic, it's very different, but before you do what I do, and I tell everybody, everyone has the gift, I call it. Everybody is intuitive. Pay attention to it more, learn about it more, they'll give it to you. But, being a medium is something that you cannot turn off.
Right.
People have this misconception, oh, you can turn it off. I do not, I can't.
Right.
I can, but, everybody is a psychic out there. And we're born with it. Some people don't want it. Some people embrace it.
And when some people don't want it, I find they close it off.
Oh, absolutely.
So how young were you? When did this all start for you?
When I was 10.
Wow.
When I was 10.
What was your first experience like?
I was walking. My mom and dad had 3 acres, so we used to walk through the woods. It was nothing big. We had horses and stuff, and I was cutting through from where we were visiting my friends, and I walked through the acreage, and all of a sudden I had this mist in front of me, which was she was angelic. And I was walking, and then all of a sudden I was just it stopped me dead in my tracks. And she told me that not to be afraid of her, and to take my hand out to her. And I did, and she made these little things to tell me that I would always be protected, and that God loved me.
That's beautiful.
And that I would know things. I'm 10 years old, and I'm I was so scared.
She asked you for your hand?
For my hand.
Did she touch your hand?
She touched my hand, and she told me that that these are the gifts I shall receive. And I was like, I couldn't even move.
That's so young for such an experience.
I ran home after that. I ran home. I told my mother, and she just looked at me like I had 10 heads. But she knew.
Yeah.
She knew something.
Yeah.
You know, it does run in, like I said, it does run in the family, you know. But it was more of, I always hid, at that time in the 70s, that's something that you don't talk about.
Yes, I know.
You know,
yeah.
and as I got older,
Stay in
it
the
just
closet.
got turning into get more and more. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, going into
How
junior high.
how soon after that did your second experience happen?
Not until I was 16.
Okay, so they gave you some time.
They gave
to
me
just
some
kind
time.
of, yeah,
My
simmer
dreams,
that.
I would know. I would tell my mother, someone's dying today, blah, 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 blah. And she'd be like, shh,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, right.
But,
right.
you know, my dad's side, too, was very intuitive also. So it's just like it was all on both. So it was just something that I had
usually
to, like,
happens,
you
yeah.
have to be comfortable in your own skin.
You do.
And it takes time. It's a process.
Yeah.
You know, and I just, every year it would just get stronger and stronger. I was known as the court jester. Everybody would come to me for everything, you know. And I used to be like the little witch lady that would go, you come in and get a little reading at the kitchen table, you know. But yeah, it progressed, and I started, you know, getting more comfortable, and and then it's just started, you know, revolving.
And then it opened up so nice, and it's been so mainstream. And
Oh my
now,
gosh,
you know,
yes.
nobody's wearing turbans on their head
No.
and stones on their forehead. You know.
I know people think of that.
Yeah.
It
It's
cracks
really
me
great.
up.
You know, we look like anybody else.
Exactly. You know, there are people that are not open-minded, as you know
Yeah,
that. You
yeah.
know, so it's
Right.
like someone always will try to debunk you or be skeptic, but that's how it is.
Right.
You know, every day. You know, when I have my office in Smithtown, and it's like, we get great volumes, or you get them thrown in there. It is what it is. You know, people still have that skepticism, and some people are very open-minded. And I tell everybody, the more open-minded that you are, is the more things that will come to you.
Right.
You know.
So if some of our open-minded viewers wanted to get in touch with you, how long a wait would it be if they called you to book a reading?
Well, I try to encourage. You know, I work 7 days a week.
Okay. Wow.
So
You really
it
do
depends on the schedules. You know, some days are heavier than others. We do a lot of private parties and venues. We have waiting lists now. You know, we're talking like 6 months already. So,
Yeah, right.
you know, it's just a constant flow. It depends on the scheduling.
Yeah,
So,
true.
but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I
it's
love
real-
I
it's
love what
fun.
I do.
Well, we'll go to the phones and we'll
Oh,
see if we have a
absolutely.
caller. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. Hello, welcome to Psychic Perceptions.